Hello, my name is Clay from OpenC3, and in today's video, I'm going to be integrating the CrunchLabs Hackpack Label Maker to Cosmos. This is a really cool robot that prints out pretty much any label that the user specifies, and the code can be freely and easily modified to allow us to integrate with other systems. So today, I'm going to be integrating the Label Maker with our Arduino Sensor Kit, which I've highlighted in the previous videos, all controlled through Cosmos. Let's get started. The setup instructions and code is publicly available in our GitHub and described pretty well in our readmes. So for today, I won't go into too much detail on the setup, but more the integration and features that I've enabled so that you can see all the cool things that we can do through Cosmos. In my workstation here, I have the Arduino Sensor Kit, which I've shown in the previous videos, the CrunchLabs Hackpack Label Maker. They're both connected to my computer and then centralized control through Cosmos. So in my Label Maker plugin, what I enabled is the ability to send out commands to draw something on the Label Maker. So if I look at the command sender and I hit, I have this default Label Maker draw packet, I can change this label to say something like, hello. One of the things I've added here is that we have an error that was hit when we hit that command. And that is because there is a label too long error. This robot is, kind of limited in terms of like speed and how much it can write. So I added a quick validation there. And the validator is available right here under Library Label Validator. So I made a super simple pre-check command for our command such that if this is the draw packet, and if this is for a label, we want to make sure that it's not greater than 8 in terms of length, just so that this label printing process doesn't take forever, and also that it actually fits in the piece of tape that it's going to print on. So that's a quick show of how we can set up pre-checks and post-checks to make sure that anything commands that go out are validated to ensure that they are safe to go. So we realized, okay, maybe that's a little bit too long, so we want to choose something a little bit shorter. So let's say Cosmos, and that's going to hit and be safe with our pre-validation. We send that out, and boom, great, that was sent. And if we take a quick look over on the Label Maker, we'll see that the confirmation of Cosmos came through, and then we can either confirm or deny this, and we'll just deny it for now. All right, great. So we've proven that we're able to send out commands from Cosmos into our Label Maker, and the confirmation dialog shows up on the Label Maker. Great. We want to make this a lot more interesting. Just sending that out is not particularly interesting. So let's say I want to make a weather station such that whenever I want, I'm able to use my Arduino Sensor Kit to get the temperature, the current temperature in the room, and then send out a command to our Label Maker so that it can print out the current temperature. So we're going to figure that out. In my previous videos, I've shown that we've been able to integrate the Arduino Sensor Kit into Cosmos. So I'm using the exact same plugin here, and then I'm going to write up this little script that is going to extract the temperature from the current sensor kit, the latest temperature that has been reported. I'm going to round that number to the nearest decimal, so it'll be like 29.1 or 29.3, and add the Celsius indicator there. I'm going to print this out into our log just so that we're able to see it. I'm also going to give a quick confirmation dialog to the user on Cosmos. So it's going to be kind of a dual authentication. We'll make sure that on Cosmos, they want to do this. And then on the Label Maker, there'll also be a confirmation. So 2 sets of confirmation there. So it's going to ask us, are you sure you want to print out this temperature data? And then if it's yes, we'll send that command out and the Label Maker will get going. So I'm going to hit start here. And then it's going to give us this dialog of, hey, are you sure you want to print out 21.3 Celsius, which is the current temperature in my room here? And if I hit yes, that's going to go out to our Label Maker, and then you will see that our Label Maker is ready to print out 21.3 C. All right, so I've gotten the confirmation on the Hackpack that we are ready to print out 21.3 C. So I'm going to hit yes to let this thing get going. And it's going to work through its printing process. All right, so that was a great way to test this ability to write these arbitrary scripts in Ruby or Python, get the current temperature, and send it out as a command. So we're kind of showcasing telemetry and commanding from a variety of sensors that we have. So now I'm going to make this script a little bit simpler. I'm going to remove all the user inputs and just send out the command as is. And this way, just kind of keeping it more straightforward. And you'll see why in just a second. So now I'm going to go into the calendar tool, and this is something that is available for enterprise customers. It is not available in the open source version, but if you are an enterprise customer, you can use this tool. From our calendar, I'm going to go ahead and create a new timeline, and we're going to call this Weather Station. And then I'm going to add a new activity to it. Let's call this Print Temp. And it's going to start at 5:28, so just in about 40 seconds here. I'm going to, as its activity type, I'm going to have it run this script, the print current temperature.py, and hit OK. And then you'll notice how it pops up in our calendar. There's also a Gantt chart view, so if you come from more of a aerospace background and prefer this Gantt chart view, there's a view like this where everything shows up in a Gantt chart, as well as a list view where you're able to take a look at all the things that is happening in your calendar all in one place as just a list. From here I can click into it and you can get more information about what this thing is going to do. I'm going to go ahead back into the calendar. The activity is going to start in just a second. And you see this spinning icon as it's running through. It's running the script and deploying it in the background. And if I click into it, we'll see that it was created, it started, and then it completed just 1 second later. Great. And then on my label maker itself, you'll notice that the command has come through and we have that confirmation with the 22 degrees Celsius. So that was a quick overview of how we can integrate various sensors and robots and whatever it might be into Cosmos. You can see how this can really help orchestrate your entire workstation. If you have a variety of sensors, if you have whatever it is, you can connect it all through Cosmos and then command and control it all through one platform. By just setting up those config files, you're able to then gain access to all the different features that Cosmos has to offer and have all this more automation power and tooling at your hands. So hopefully this video was helpful, and then we'll see you next time.